And here we go. Welcome to the 2023 Blue Chip Community Media Awards. We are live right now at the Redmoor Theater. Thank you so much for those of you who are here to join me. Let me hear you all. Yes. That is the clapping I like to hear. Most excellent. I am so excited about all of the nominees and the programs we're going to get to show you clips for. And of course, a lot of you are going to go home with very shiny blue chip plaques. How many of you are going to get those blue chip? I'm sorry.
Wait.
We're live. Now we're live.
Oh, Mark Borison got sick. He can't be here.
Mark Borison.
Mark Borison, our host.
Mark Stewart, right here on my list as our host.
Yes.
That's not great.
Gonna be here.
No, never mind this, folks. All right. We had another host last year. It was Chuck. It was Chuck Ingram. What about Chuck?
Chuck Ingram. I haven't seen him in like a year.
You know, you're right. I haven't seen him all year either. Look, really, since we did the show, it's almost like
Basement.
No.
He went down to the basement. I haven't seen him since.
Are you saying we locked him in the basement last year and he's been there all year long?
I think so.
That's
I'll go find him.
Great.
Hang on. I'll go find him.
Okay, yeah. Go good. You know, we have everything under control. This will be fine. This will be perfectly fine. We'll take care of this. Yeah, we'll be right back. Just watch this.
Chuck? Hey, Chuck. Are you back here? Chuck? I got some chips. Chuck? Hey, Chuck. You in here? I got some chips, buddy. Hey, Chuck. Chuck? Chuck, are you back here? Chuck? I got some chips. Hey, Chuck. Hey, Chuck. It's been a minute.
Yeah, I guess. I was just coming downstairs to look for the restroom while the credits were rolling, and I got lost. What's it been, like a half hour?
Yeah, sure, yeah. It's been like half an hour since we forgot that we left you in the basement of the Redmoor wandering around. It hasn't been like an entire year or anything. So, hey, here's a chip.
Oh, thanks.
Get you freshened up, and we'll get you upstairs, and let's do this year's show.
Wait, the show's not over?
Well, okay, like there's more categories still we have to finish. So we just gotta get you freshened up, get you upstairs, because it hasn't been like an entire year since you've been down here. It's just been like half an hour in the basement. So here's Chip. Let's go upstairs. Come on, Chuck. Come on.
Welcome to the 2023 Blue Chip Community Media Awards, presented by Altifiber. Our sponsors tonight include RP Diamond Screen Printing and Embroidery and CKS Audio Visual Design and Consulting Services. Tonight's show is brought to you by Cincinnati City Cable, the Telecommunications Board of Northern Kentucky, Campbell Media, Waycross Community Media, Cincinnati Community Television, the Intercommunity Cable Regulatory Commission, and Northern Kentucky University's Norse Media. Returning for hosting duties this year is Chuck Ingram. Chuck's a local actor who has been active in the community for many years. He also has a voice familiar to many local listeners of WLW as the manager of traffic operations. This is Chuck's second year as he returns to the Redmoor stage as host. Please put your hands together and give a huge welcome to Chuck Ingram.
Hi. Jess, that's your coat.
telling you. Hi! Feels like we never left. Welcome. Welcome to the 2023 Blue Chip Community Media Awards, everybody. Isn't it amazing how quickly you can get cleaned up? We found these in a box. It was marked parties and holidays. I'm just glad to be with you again this evening. And it's our annual celebration of the best of community media in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. These are stories about the events, the activities, and the people in your communities created by you, your family, your friends, and neighbors. It's because of the nominees and the winners in this room and many others that these stories get told, thanks to your hard work and the help of the public, educational, and government access centers that work in your communities. As we celebrate your accomplishments in community access broadcasting over this past year, we're so thrilled to be back here in the historic Redmoor Theater in Mount Lookout. Yes. A special thanks tonight to the staff, the servers, and the bartenders here, as well as the crew working behind the scenes to bring you this event. Make sure you want to stick around until the end of the show for our door prize drawing. This year's door prize is a Relino softbox lighting kit for photo and video recordings. How about that? Now, well, hello there. Before we get underway with all the different awards, I'd like to introduce you to my partner in crime tonight. She is the Vanna of the Blue Chips. Please welcome Jessica Bloom.
So good to be here with you.
Thank you. Jess will be presenting you the awards. So now who's ready to get some awards and give some speeches? You? Good. Excellent. Well, we start tonight with a grouping of categories that includes student newscasts and how-to videos, informative looks at life-saving medical equipment, business development projects at NKU, and even composting. So many awards to give out tonight in the categories of informative talk or news, instructional videos, inspirational, and religious programming. So let's get started. In the category of informative talk or news, youth, the nominees are Braves Beat, Season 23, Episode 10, October 28th of 22. Reese Tuttle and Chloe Hutton, producers. Braves Beat, Season 23, Episode 13, November 18th of 2022. Reese Tuttle and Chloe Hutton, producers. And finally, Braves Beat, Season 22, Episode 6, February 25th of 2022. Gino Cardoso and Dylan Condor, producers. And the blue chip goes to Braves Beat, Season 23, Episode 13, November of 18th of 2022. Producers Reese Tuttle and Chloe Hutton.
From the IHGN studios, it's Braves Beat.
Hello, Braves, and welcome to our 13th episode of Braves Beat. I'm Sam Huell.
And I'm Sydney Frost.
So, Sydney, do you have a wild committee for the Windy City?
Of course, Sam. I can't wait to go to Chicago with my best friends, Sarka, Vinya, and Yamini.
Well, there's a lot of news to cover, so let's get on with it.
Last Thursday evening, our school hosted the class of 2027 to tour the high school and to get to know all the ins and outs of becoming a freshman at Indian Hill. It was so nice to meet all the...
Just come on over, say a word or two.
Oh, great. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, just one word. That's all you're... No, I'm kidding.
Okay. I am going to do the stereotypical. I would like to thank my parents for putting up with me every single time I scream at my computer while editing, Mr. Duffs for teaching me basically everything I know about media, and my MacBook for being able to process all the videos I produce.
I'll also do the cheesy I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank my parents for, keeping my head straight, and Mr. Dupps for teaching me video editing and learning how to produce and stuff. And I really appreciate the Braves Beat team for sticking with me throughout my 4 years. So, yeah.
In the category of informative talk or news, non-professional, the nominees are Curator's Chat, Walt's Hitching Post, Behringer Crawford Museum, producer. Braves Beat, Season 22, Episode 13, April 22nd of 22, Gino Cardosi, producer. And Indian Hill Masters Class, October of 2022, Dr. Melissa Stewart, producer. And the blue chip goes to Curator's Chat, Walt's Hitching Post, producer, Behringer Crawford Museum.
Today we are at a local treasure, a wonderful place of legend here in northern Kentucky, Walt's Hitching Post, which has been around for many, many years. And we're here with a very special Walt's legend, Zeke Jeffcoat. And Zeke, you've been here a long time. You've spent a lot of times working as a chef and kind of behind the scenes and managing things. So you've seen much. We'd just like to thank everybody for this opportunity. We thank Zeke for being part of that video. We love doing our curators chats in our community. It gives us a chance to share our community stories with others in northern Kentucky and around the world. So we love telling our stories, and this was an opportunity for us to tell Zeke's and Walt's Hitching Post.
Yes, thank you. And also a thank you to Don Weber, who's also helped with all the filming, so he's not here tonight. But thank you.
Thanks.
In the category of informative talk and news, professional, the nominees are Gateway to Economics, Valeria Cummings, Swoop, and Darius Jones, producer. Beyond the Curve, River City Living, Episode 4, Jill Morenz and Jason Dudas, producers. The Incubator Project, Ben Glavin, producer. And the blue chip goes to the Incubator Project, producer, Ben Glavin. Yeah, you're working twice as hard tonight now.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect to be not only to work at the Blue Chip, but also, be winning this award. I just give a little rundown. I was brought to do this project by Zach Strobel, an entrepreneur professor at NKU, and the Incubator Project is just basically about the accelerator to help businesses get going, especially for students and alumni. And what I looked when I was trying to make the video was to try to capture the human aspect of what these entrepreneur professors are doing. They're trying to build up these students, build their confidence, and to get themselves out the door and to not only help them. So I would just, to finish this, I also want to say thank you to also Chris Strobel and also John Gibson. It's through their experience at Norse Media that helped me get to this point. So thank you.
Our first cohort launched in 2012, and they actually were able to go out and raise financing almost immediately after graduating from the incubator program.
So I was kind of known as the custom sneaker guy on campus. I was just doing sneakers for fun in my dorm room. And so in one of my classes, a gentleman named Zach Strobel came into my class and started talking about the incubator program and how it's really a program that cultivates business ideas and turns them into, viable companies. And so,
in the category of instructional or educational video youth, the blue chip goes to Talawanda School Safety Information. Producers Anna Newland, Haley Schutte, Brady Schutte, Caleb Bogseth, Tyler Hazelwood, Edward Shiflett, Dean Craddock, Lucia Rodbro, Rory West Poley, Logan Dawson, and Jacob Berger.
Said, you know, that old cliche, I guess you'd say, if you see something, say something. That's probably the most important part of this, because when it's actually happening, if it were to actually happen, a lot of that preventative measures just goes out. And so a lot of these incidents, if not all of them, they all have something, a build-up, a lead-up. Someone has heard something, or they know someone who's...
Okay, so we were presented this task by our school district, and we came in during a day off of school, our broadcast journalism class, and I edited it, and then it was shown at a school board meeting and to all the schools in our district.
We would like to thank our teacher, Mr. Zimmerman, for providing us with opportunities inside and outside the broadcast classroom. We both plan to work with broadcast in college next year. We would also like to thank the Blue Chip community for providing us with this award. Thank you.
In the category of instructional or educational video, non-professional, the nominees are: what is an AED and where are they located? Daniel Chen and Julius King, producers. Studying the Word with Dr. Ruth C. Wilson, producer. And the Blue Chip goes to What is an AED and where are they located? Producers Daniel Chen and Julius King.
Hello, Braves. I'm here with Terry Conti. She's been at Indian Hill for 33 years. She's an athletic trainer, and she works for Beacon Orthopedics, and she's here to talk about AEDs with us. So, Terry, what is a AED?
An AED is basically an automated external defibrillator. What it is, it's just a portable electronic device that we use to shock a heart. It can analyze the rhythm of a heart, and if it needs a shock, it will go ahead and do that to shock it back into normal rhythm. So in combination with CPR.
We are accepting this award on behalf of Daniel Chen and Coach King. I am not sure about Coach King, but Daniel's car broke down on the way here, so he is not here right now. But send him some love, maybe an Uber. Yeah, I'm sure he would be honored to have this, and I know he is. I just texted him. So yeah, thank you.
In the category of instructional or educational video professional, the nominees are This is Glendale, June 2022. Dean Lowry, ICRC-TV producers. County Fair, Composting, Waycross Community Media producer. And This is Glendale, July 2022. Dean Lowry and ICRC-TV producers. And the winner is County Fair, Composting, producer Waycross Community Media.
Another trouble that people often have is that they think it's either too wet or too dry in the compost. And if it's too wet, if maybe it's getting a little muddy, what you're going to do is add more browns, because they'll kind of dry it out a little bit. Browns are dry. They will add that dry amount to it. Or you can leave it out in like a sunny spot. Leave a lid open when it's really hot and sunny. some of that water will evaporate off of it. If it's too dry, you're going to do the opposite, and you're going to
As the government programming coordinator at Waycross, one of the things I love to do is connect the community to different aspects of their local government, and that includes county government, which includes Hamilton County Resource, which means I got to have dirt in the studio. Not the kind of dirt in the studio you expect interviewers to want when they want dirt in the studio. Never mind. But this was the beginning of a great partnership and some more programs that we'll be doing with Hamilton County Resource. And so thank you very much. Thank you, Blue Chips, for making another way for these kind of programs to be recognized.
In the category of inspirational video non-pro, the nominees are Studying the Word with Dr. Ruth C. Wilson, producer. The Way of the Word Ministries, the Book of John, Book 3, Pastor John Albert Baird, producer. And Staying Faithful, Baptism and Anniversary Service, Rob Roy, Hugh Mitchie, and Brent Reed, producers. And the Blue Chip goes to Staying Faithful, Baptism and Anniversary Service, Rob Roy, producers, Hugh Mitchie, and Brent Reed.
I was raised in a Christian home, and when you're raised in a Christian home, when baptized as a child, it's almost like it's kind of something you're supposed to do. But now as an adult, I feel like it's 100% something I want to do, and that's awesome. So, and as far as who I'd like to thank, it's all about Jesus, and that's who I want to thank.
Yeah, very good. All right. Stand here, Judy. Stand face that way. Come up just a little bit. Yeah, put your arm here.
Hugh and Brent could not be with us tonight as the producers of Staying Faithful, so we'll make sure they get their Blue Chip Award. In the category of Inspirational Professional, the nominees are Workforce Development at the Library, Natalie Rupert and Robin Clean, producers. Walk With Me Jesus Remix, Delbert Stewart and Gary K. Stewart, producers. And the Blue Chip goes to Workforce Development at the Library, producer Natalie Rupert and Robert Clean.
Number one, it gave me a place to go when I was in transition. Community connectors who are available and ready to help. They have specialty, they know people, a resource that you need to experience if you're in transition.
We're very good at finding information. We're very good at knowing what's going on in the community, and we're very connected. And so I think people who participate in our program benefit from all those connections we've made and all that information that we have at our
Thank you very much. Thank you to the Blue Chip community for this wonderful award. If you know anyone that is looking for a job and needs help finding one, visit the Kenton County Public Library. We have branches in Covington, Erlanger, and Independence. We have wonderful career navigators and lots of programs to help you. So thanks, everyone.
In the category of religious service non-pro, the Blue Chip goes to the names of Christmas Child. Week number 4, Rob Roy with Hugh Mitchie and Brent Reed as producers.
Father, we thank you so much for Christmas. So much for your son, Jesus, our Messiah. And we ask that in fresh new ways as we go into this, the rest of this morning and into this coming week, that you would stir up a new appreciation for the gift of your Son, Jesus, bridging the gap between humanity and deity.
As I mentioned earlier, that Hugh and Brent could not be with us tonight, so we'll make sure they get their blue chip. All right, so we move along to our next batch of categories, including stories about dragon boats, harvest festivals, histories of our river cities, and goat yoga. Yes, I said goat yoga. In the category of community activity coverage youth, the blue chip goes to Crosstown Food Out 2022. It is producers Emma Sowards and Cade Bouppé.
So the Crosstown Food Out, again, was born about 11 years ago, and that relationship it's become a healthy competition between Bishop Brossart High School and Campbell County High School. And that competition simply is that whichever school can raise the most poundage of food over the course of the kind of holiday season, we weigh that and we then present whoever wins that kind of competition a big trophy. And of course, everyone loves to get a trophy, but in this, there is one winner.
I'd like to thank my mom for just getting this all together and letting us participate in this. And I'd like to thank Mr. Swords for teaching us how to edit the video and help us produce it. He really supplied everything.
I would also like to thank Mr. Swords for helping us with our video, and my mom. Hi, Mom. And Ms. Beaupre as well.
Nice job, Mom. That's what we like to hear. In the category of community activity coverage, non-pro, the nominees are Golf Cart Construction Tour, December 2022, Heather Higdon and Kirk Konecki, producers. Curators Chat, NKY Police Memorial, America Crawford Museum, producer. 2022 Indian Hill High School graduation video, Heather Higdon, producer. And the blue chip goes to 2022 Indian Hill High School graduation video. Producer is Heather Higdon.
Congratulations, class of 2022. Let's go.
Graduating.
Let's go. This is the biggest day of my life.
What's your wisdom? What do you got to say to the next generation of Indian Hill students?
Live it up, baby. Live it up.
Unfortunately, Heather Higdon could not be here, so I will accept this on her behalf, but she wanted me to say thank you so much for the Blue Chip Awards and all the people who helped put this evening together. She also wanted to say that she could not be more thankful for the opportunity every day to be inspired by the Indian Hill Braves, and that especially includes Denny Dupps, all of our world-class educators, and our incredible students.
In the category of Community Activity Coverage Pro, the nominees are 2022 Northern Kentucky Dragon Boat Festival, Jennifer Staple Campbell Media producers. Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame induction ceremony. Darius Jones and City Cable producers. And Forest Park Harvest Festival, Waycross Community Media producer. And the blue chip goes to 2022 Northern Kentucky Dragon Boat Festival. Producer is Jennifer Teifel, Campbell County Media.
I'm Karen Flack, and I'm a part of the Kentucky Thoroughbreast paddle team. And I'm a breast cancer survivor almost 10 years now. And I joined this team as a support group, and they're active and competitive and such a strong group of women. And I love being out on the lake. It reduces a lot of stress, and we formed a lot of bonds, and we've enjoyed traveling to a lot of competitions together. So we're hosting our festival today at A.J. Jolly Park, and we have 20 teams here.
I'd like to thank the Blue Chip Committee for the award and let you all know the Northern Kentucky Dragon Boat Festival is a really cool event because it raises awareness and support for breast cancer survivors. It takes place at A.J. Jolly Park every September, and it was my pleasure to cover it and bring awareness. Thanks.
Tonight's nominees for Cultural Awareness Non-Pro are Newport Arts and Music Festival, Pam Mullins, producer. Reading History Talks, The Mountain Miner, Alan Redmoor, producer. And Virtual History Tour, Metcalf Stevens House, Sierra Earl and Deborah Wesley, producers. And the blue chip goes to Reading History Talks, The Mountain Miner, Alan Redmoor, producer.
This is my great-great-grandmother, Jelena Ellswick. Oza farmer, Oza Witt farmer, and Vestal farmer, who are buried right here in the Reading Cemetery. This is Oza's grandmother from Tazewell, Virginia, who ended up in McGoffin County, Kentucky. She had a cousin, a first cousin. His name was Harvey Ellswick. Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk in the news lately about AI, artificial intelligence. Tonight I'd like to present DF, Dale Farmer. Dale Farmer is the writer, director, and co-producer of the movie The Mountain Miner. It's a movie about his grandparents who moved up to Cincinnati to find work. It's a wonderful movie. Dale has won many awards for his movie, and tonight he's getting an award for talking about his movie. So I'd also like to thank ICRC and Jason Dudley for doing the editing work on the program for the Reading Historical Society.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Alan and the Reading Historical Society for giving us Appalachian filmmakers, authors, musicians, and educators the opportunity to honor our Appalachian heritage, the folks that sacrificed so much to come to this area and help build Cincinnati into the city it is today. So thank you, Alan.
In the category of Cultural Awareness Pro, the nominees are Beyond the Curve, River City Living, Episode 4, Joe Morenz and Jason Dudas, producers. Campbell County Farm Showcase, Jennifer Teifel, Campbell Media, producers. And Roebling Ridge March of 22 Restoration Update, Mike Bloom, producer. And the blue chip goes to Campbell County Farm Showcase producer Jennifer Piper, Cameron Media. And he said, Beyond the Curb, River City Living, Episode 4, producers Jill Morenz and Jason Nudis.
When you live in the country, you might want to spend your weekends in a place like Mainstrasse, a bustling residential and entertainment district. Kim and Sarah Patton looked for a long time to find the right urban property to be both their weekend getaway and a short-term rental.
Know people who know we've been looking and helped us find it, and then it just kind of dropped in our laps. And we knew the minute we looked at it that this was the project we could make work.
The windows, yeah, I think that really sold us, and the opportunity to open up the brick and did a combination of new and old together.
I'm Kevin Rust, and I farm part-time with my dad. Dad started out with raising tobacco, and I've kind of switched over to just beef cattle. We haven't raised tobacco in about 20 years now. We have 80 acres here at the home farm, rent another 55 acres of hay ground and another 36 acres of pasture ground. Run a small cow-calf operation, usually try to keep
So I'm accepting for the Beyond the Curb River City Living. I'm Jill. I want to thank all the owners who opened up their homes for our episodes. Also the Catalytic Fund for all the work that they do to support and showcase the River Cities. Valair Studios, who worked with us on all 42 of the original episodes, and Jason and Tim from TBNK to put us on TV. Thanks so much.
We're very fortunate in Campbell County because we have some beautiful farms, and I would like to thank the Campbell County Conservation District for introducing me to these farming families. It was such an honor to meet and share their stories, so thank you.
In the category of documentary youth, the nominees are The Usage of Robots in Medicine, Gino producer. Grandview Elementary Film Crew presents History of Bellevue. Grandview Elementary Film Crew producers. And the Blue Chip for documentary youth goes to Grandview Elementary Film Crew presents History of Bellevue, producers of the Grandview Elementary Film Crew.
Did you know that the city of Bellevue just celebrated its 152nd birthday? Bellevue was founded on March 15th in 1870 by a man named General James Taylor. General James Taylor was a banker, politician, landowner, and an officer in the War of 1812.
He was granted the land that is now known as Bellevue. The city's name comes from General Taylor's own home, plantation.
We're going to make an adjustment, okay? All right, there we go.
What do I say?
Thank you so much for this award. I did not expect this. I'd also like to thank Miss Jennifer. She helped us with filming this and editing.
I also want to thank Miss Jennifer because she helped us go a long way, and it was hard saying the words, and she just helped me get through it. So yeah, I just want to thank her.
I'd like to thank Miss Jennifer for just helping me get here.
I
I would like to thank the film crew and Miss Jennifer.
I would also like to thank Miss Jennifer for teaching us so much.
I'd like to thank Miss Jennifer for helping me out with stuff that is hard to read.
Nice job, Debbie. Nice job. In the category of Documentary Pro, the nominees are Campbell County Farm Showcase, Jennifer Teipel Campbell Media Producers, and Roebling Bridge March 22 Restoration Update, Mike Bloom, Producer. Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame, Mike Ward, Jennifer Teipel Campbell Media Producer. And the blue chip goes to Campbell County Farm Showcase, Producer Jennifer Teipel Campbell Media.
The farm is bigger than ever, at least the agricultural part that we grow on. And we continue to do markets, and we've branched out now into selling to florists. And we even started a CSA this past year. We currently try to do low till, not no till. So right now I'm standing in, I say that, and everything's tilled up. A lot of stuff's tilled up, but we've hit the end of the season. So what we'll do toward the end of the season is till some things minimally and flip our beds and get them ready for next year. And one of the other things we do.
So once again, I'd like to promote our Campbell County Farms. There's a farm tour every July. And I'd also like to thank the families who've shared their stories with us. There's a couple of them here tonight, so thank you very much for opening your land and letting me come in and meet with you and learn about your story. Just beautiful farms in Campbell County, and I appreciate this award and everybody that helped make it. Thanks.
In the category of Promotional Video Youth, the nominees are Braves Madness Promo Video, 11/9/22, Daniel Chen, Producer. Boys Varsity Basketball Promo, 2022, Daniel Chen, Producer. And, Indian Hill High School Wrestling Promo, 2022, Zachary Rosenbaum, Producer. And the blue chip goes to Braves Madness Promo Video, 11/9/22, Daniel Chen, Producer.
Got 'em, black tits, black cars, posted in the back, foreign pop, loaded, I can't never let, use the club, if you hit a lick, can't run it back, okay shorty, I can't trust no, how you do that? I'm a killer, if he talk rank.
I'm accepting this award for Daniel Chen. He's taught me all the techniques I use in my own videos. And yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Who are you?
Zachary Rosenbaum.
This is Zachary,
Sorry.
everybody. How about a nice job? In the category of Promotional Video Non-Pro, the nominees are Goat Yoga at the Library, Aaron DeSantis, Producer. Girls Varsity Basketball Promo 2022, Daniel Chen, Producer. IHTN Sports Intro Video, 4/19/22, Alex Wazekas, Producer. And the blue chip goes to Girls Varsity Basketball Promo 2022, Producer Daniel Chen. Zachary, you coming back? I thought you might.
I'm Zachary Rosebaum again, and I'm accepting it for Daniel Chen. He taught me everything I know.
He sure did. Yes, he did. Awesome. Awesome. I just want to remind you, I'm Chuck Ingram, and Daniel Chen taught me everything I know. In the category of Promotional Pro, the nominees are Reading High School, 100 Years Proud, Official Trailer, Dean Lowry, Steve Benton, ICRC-TV, producers. Wilder Recreation and Trails Video, Jennifer Teipel, Campbell Media, producers. CCHS Football Hype Video, Kevin Sluter II, Campbell Media, producers. And the blue chip goes to CCHS Football Hype Video, Kevin Sluter II, Campbell Media.
All here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me. I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots. We're not as tough
Hey everyone, I'm back in the truck right now, but I want to take this opportunity to thank the Blue Chip Committee for this award. And I also want to thank my wife, Ashley, and my mother-in-law, Naomi, for coming out to support me tonight. I also want to thank Jennifer Teipel and Campbell Media for allowing me to make this fun video. And I want to thank Campbell County High School as well for sending students out to participate. It's a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun, and I hope it was a valuable addition to their high school football experience. So thanks again.
We'll make sure he gets his blue chip too. In the category of short subject youth, the nominees are The Usage of Robots in Medicine, Gino Cardosi, producer. Indian Hill Sports Report, 9/16/22, Nick Ginnon and Wyatt Higgins, producer. And the blue chip goes to Indian Hill Sports Report, 9/16/22, producer Gino Cardosi.
Our Lady Braves had a big league match against Marymount on Wednesday at the Grizzly Golf Course. The results will be shared next week.
Our boys golf team had a busy weekend, coming in third at the Hadley Fall Classic with a 310 led by co-reporter Wyatt Higgins at 72 and Alex Hosoffel at 73. They played Finneytown on Senior Day and on Wednesday. Make sure to come out to Little Miami Golf Course to support our seniors. Good luck, Birdie Braves.
The girls' soccer team hosted McNick this past weekend, beating them 2-0.
Don't forget the hardware.
Yep.
There you go.
All right. Thank you to the Blue Chip Media Center, I don't know, for presenting this award. I don't believe that was me, though. I believe that this honor goes to Nick Guinan and the other gentleman whose name I cannot recall, even though it was on the screen 2 seconds ago. So, yeah, thank you to Dennis Dupps for everything he puts into the Indian Hill media program. Thank you to Indian Hill themselves, who allows us to have such an amazing media program at our high school. So, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. In the category of Short Subject Pro, the nominees are Bellevue First Fridays, Dog Days of Summer, Campbell Media, producer. Springfield Township Touch a Truck, Waycross Community Media. And Wilder, RFP Video, Campbell Media, producer. Short Subject Pro, Springfield Township Touch a Truck, Waycross Community Media, producers.
Did you like the horn?
Yeah.
Blowing the horn?
What do you have in your hand? And the stuffed animal.
Why did you get
Ruby, what was your favorite thing about Touch Your Truck right now?
Okay, now give her the microphone so I can hear her answer. And
My cat. Seeing the cat.
Seeing
the cat.
I'm excited about this. It's fun to be floor director and run up and have someone talking in your ear while you're doing this. That makes extra fun. Most people think of government programming as trustee meetings and council meetings, and it's really important that we do those. I'm really glad that we do those. But this is a great example of the fun community things that I get to record as part of my role of connecting residents to their local government. So thank you, Blue Chip Committee, for recognizing that, and I appreciate it.
Okay, everybody, we are doing great. You're doing wonderful. Congratulations to all the winners so far. Now we're going to take a brief break, and then when we come back, the Blue Chip Fun continues.
With all the noise from global media, can you still hear the voices from where you live? Waycross Community Media connects you to the local voices in your own neighborhood, local voices in your government, your council and trustees, your local events, your county services, your state officials, local voices in your schools, Board of Education meetings, student accomplishments, school sports and concerts, local voices of your neighbors. Waycross provides access to members of the community to create their own programs about the issues they want to share. Waycross Community Media has been building community through communications for over 40 years. Watch us on cable, or watch us online, and listen to the local voices in your community.
That leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again. Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
All right, it's time for tonight's mid-show break. That all-American game show you know and love. It's called the Golden Mics. All right, so you understand the rules. Here we go. The rules of the Golden Mics are pretty simple. I'm going to ask 3 questions of our guests tonight, and the person with the most points at the end of the 3 rounds walks away with a $25 Amazon gift card. The other 2, well, they just walk away with deep feelings of shame and regret. So, listen for your name because I've got 3 names ready to go. Is there a Will Isles? Will Isles in the house? Great, Will, come on down. Britt Sears. Britt Sears. There's a little X over there for you. Britt? All right, good. And my 3rd name we've pulled out tonight is J.W. Cox. You are contestant number 3, J.W. Cox. Each of you take 2 cards. Take 2 cards and pass them on. They should all start with the letter A. And there, I just don't have enough hands. Sorry about that. You got A, B, C, there you go. And those are for you, okay? All right, now you're ready. This one is just a practice round. Just a practice round. There is no question. I just wanted to see if the 3 gentlemen are ready to go. Hold up the letter C. All right, we've got 3 contestants that can do this. Now are you ready to play for sure? All right, so here we go. A point's on the line for our first question. As soon as I change the page on my script, it's all about, I should tell you what the category is, shouldn't I? Oh, Alex Trebek is rolling over in his grave right now. Tonight's theme really sounds like it was just pulled out of a hat at the last moment, or a final hour last night by our script writer. But it is interesting facts about Cincinnati. Interesting facts about Cincinnati. So, are you ready? Here we go. Question number 1. What is Cincinnati's original name? A, Lasannaville, B, Cindyville, C, Lewistown, or D, Hamiltonshire? Go ahead, take a second, put 1 letter up above your head. We have a B, we have an A, we have a D. The correct answer? Yep, go ahead, tell them. I heard you say it. What's the correct answer, audience? Lasannaville, letter number A. So, our second contestant, Britt, has the correct answer to question number 1. We move on to question number 2. Known for its hills, Cincinnati at one time had how many incline railways used for going up and down those hills? Is it A, 3, B, 7, C, 5, or D, 2? Go ahead and show the audience your answers. So we have an A, we have a D, we have a C, and this time JW has the answer correct with 5. All right. Now don't answer too quickly out there, audience. I've heard some answers coming up there before our contestants get a chance to put their answers up. So just hold on, because here comes question number 3. Will, we got to get you on the board, okay? All right, we're going to work on it. Try this. This item of mystery has its origins in Cincinnati. A, the magic 8-ball. B, the Ouija board. C, tarot cards. Or D, that box magicians use to cut people in half. Go ahead, let's see your answers. A. Ask again later. You're right, it's the 8-ball. Albert Carter was the son of the medium who lived in Cincinnati. He created a prototype for the magic 8-ball, which he called the Psycho-Seer. It was patented in 1944. So, at the end of our 3 questions, let's take a look at what we got. Uh-oh, we have a tie between Britt and JW. Well, lucky I have a tiebreaker, huh? Let's see what the tiebreaker has to say. What animal went extinct in Cincinnati? A, the dodo, the B, the Lazarus lizard, C, Cincinnati jumping spider, or D, the passenger pigeon? This is the answer, so C and B is what I have, and the answer was D. Uh-oh, which is what you were gonna say, isn't it, Will? Yeah, I thought so. So we still have a tie, and here's an Amazon gift card, but at this point, I have to come up with one more question. So, sounds like cut the card in two. So it's a $15.50, no, that's not half, $12.50 gift card for Amazon. How about this one? We talked about the question earlier about the inclines in Cincinnati. Tell me one name of the part of town where one of those inclines went up. Now, Adams is correct, so there's the breaking of our winner right here, right at the very side. So, wow, finally comes out of the blue to answer it correctly, and you win the $25 gift card. JW, nice job. Congratulations. You did great. How about another round of applause for our three helpers here this evening? All three, thank you very much. We'll take those from you. For playing along. We appreciate it very, very much. So you learned a little bit about Cincinnati as the night went on. So we give it up once again for our contestants on this year's Golden Mics, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. In the meantime, we want you to go and grab some more drinks, dessert, and food, and we'll continue on with the Blue Chips shortly.
Campbell Media is a service of the Campbell County Cable Board. we provide service and content for the residents of participating cities in Campbell County. If you live in one of those cities, you are able to come get trained on how to use a camera and edit your own shows using either our studio or field camera equipment and editing computers. If you already produce your own content, you can turn it in for us to air on cable television or host on our website. We also provide coverage ourselves for the community, ranging from city government meetings, high school sports, city events, and other community-centric content for Campbell County. We have 4 main channels. For the public, we have a religious-based channel and another channel for all other subject matters. For our staff-produced shows, we have a channel for all government meetings and another channel for all other content. You can find us on Cincinnati Bell and Spectrum. Our shows are also available on demand on our website at campbellmedia.org and on our Apple TV and Roku app, Campbell Media.
We are back and ready to go again and give out some more blue chips. So I hope you'll work your way back from the bar and from the food table, because I don't want you to miss out on this next group. The nominees in our next categories push the elements of creativity, either through the use of art, animation, or graphics. Others entertain us, giving us such much needed laugh or a smile. Other entries showcase the talented work of student storytellers in our region, from elementary school through college. We look now at nominees in the categories of graphics and animation, student programming, entertainment, and narrative storytelling. We start with the category of graphics and animation, youth. The blue chip goes to Indian Hill Athletics 3D Animation 12-12 of 22, Brian Gia, producer.
First, I want to thank the Blue Chips for presenting me this award, and also I want to say thank you to everybody at Indian Hill, especially those involved in the theater arts, involved in the technical arts, who have given me the opportunity to use my skills, develop them, and use them for something greater and to help my community. Thank you.
In the category of graphics and animation non-pro, the nominees are Drive-Thru 101, Robin Keene, producer. Animated Wipe for the IHTN replay, Daniel Chen, producer. And this blue chip goes to Drive-Thru 101, producer Robin Keene.
Thank you, everyone. I am not Robin Claney. I am Mike Bloom with the Kenton County Public Library. Robin is our Public Relations and Development Director. She's been doing it for a long time. and she's always trying to think of creative ways to let the public know about our different programs and services. And at this point, she showed everyone what great drive-through services we have at all 3 of our buildings. My beautiful wife, Jennifer, is here. I did not win tonight, but I wanted to thank her anyway. And thank you, Chuck. You're a hard-working guy. Appreciate it.
You're too kind to me. In the category of student programming K through 8, the blue chip goes to Grant Slick Elementary News for the week of 12/12/22. The producer, Grant Slick Elementary News Crew.
R, respect everyone. I am important. D, dare to take positive risk. And E, exceed expectations.
Have a great day. Learn a lot. Happy birthday today to Mallory Baker, Branson Britton, Aubrey Goer. We hope you have a great birthday, Cardinals.
Today for lunch, we will be having pasta with meatballs.
All right?
Yep.
Good, go for it.
We love this year because of Grant Slick News Crew.
We would like to thank Ms. Hamilton for letting us do this.
We'd also like to thank Ms. Reynolds and Ms. Teipel for helping us with the programming and teach us how to use the equipment.
That's it, everybody. Well, congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
In the category of student programming 9 through 12, I'll tell you about nominees just as soon as my good friends get a chance to get back to their seats. The category is student programming 9 through 12. The nominees are No Way Out, Waycross Community Media's Summer Film Workshop producers. The Transformers, Berea McGowan, Noah Jones, Justin Gross, and Jillian Rother producers. And the blue chip goes to No Way Out, producers of Waycross Community Media and the Summer Film Workshop.
That's kind of the whole point of the film, really. You have to watch and find out. Actually, I'm really excited to accept this for the students who created that. This is a project that was entirely created by students in grades 7 through 12. We have a summer film workshop every year. They have just 8 sessions to create an entire short film from scratch. They have to come up with their own storyline. They have to cast it amongst themselves. They can only use locations on our property, which means they have to be creative. They have to do all the lighting, all the audio, all the shooting. We just show them how to use the equipment. So I'm really proud. This particular year, watching it take shape, I got to watch students really step up and take ownership of their production. One of them really step into the role of director of photography, and really, one of them stepped up to be their acting coach. She was, and they were excited about that. So I'm excited to bring this back to show them when I get to show them when they start working on their film this year. And I just want to thank you very much on behalf of the students that created this.
In the category of Entertainment Youth, the nominees are Thanksgiving Skit, Chloe Hutton and Reese Tuttle, producers. Time's Up, Alex Rosekas, producer. And the blue chip in the entertainment youth category goes to Time's Up, producer Alex Rosekas.
I would like to thank my parents and Mr. Dubs for encouraging me to pursue my passion in film. And I would also like to thank Chloe Hutton for getting me a glass of water, even when I already had one earlier today. And that's it. Thank you.
Nice. In the category of entertainment non-pro, the nominees are 'Twas the Night Before Brave Speed, Reese Tuttle, producer. Halloween Skit, Chloe Hutton, producer. And the blue chip goes to 'Twas the Night Before Brave Speed, Reese Tuttle, producer.
How about that explosion? Hypocrite, liar, poser, they exclaim. Why aren't you editing? You should be ashamed. Reese frowned and she let out a sigh. Why can't I have fun? It's always you guys. Chloe, Sarah, and Izzy looked at each other confused. When you put it that way, you must feel used. All of them began to clean up the disarray. By the time they were done, it was nearly day. The panic ensued at the thought of no show. If we all work together, Dubs will never know. Grabbing the rest of the
Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and thank Chloe, considering I co-produced with her a lot, and we actually ended up competing against each other in this one. So her and I had helping hands in both of these, but I'm very happy about that. Also, believe it or not, I did not learn everything I know from Daniel Chad. Thank you.
Always love it when people play along. Nice job. In the category of Entertainment Pro, the nominees are John Morgan Band, Festival on the Lake 2022, Campbell Media, producer. CCHS Senior Lip Dub Video, Campbell Media, producer. Music in Mason 2022, DV8, Michael Asher, producer. And the award goes to CCHS Senior Lip Dub Video, Campbell Media.
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck. Some nights I call it a draw. Some nights I wish that my lips could build a castle. Some nights I wish they just fall off. But I still wake up, I still see your ghost. Oh Lord, I'm still not sure what I stand for.
So this is a project that we partner with Campbell County High School on for their graduation ceremony. Brady Wirtz, who is out in the truck, did a majority of this video with shooting it through the school and then doing editing. And I always love a great chance to use our drones. So we appreciate the partnership and are happy to work with Campbell County High School. Thank you.
In the category of narrative storytelling youth, the nominees are No Way Out, Waycross Community Media's Summer Film Workshop producer. Time's Up, Alex Rozeka's producer. And Cutthroat Camel, Mia Hauser, Seth Webb, Ross Reed, Zoe Smith, and Jaden Glott, producers. And the blue chip goes to No Way Out, Waycross Community Media Summer Film Workshop.
Get in! Wait, where's Parker? He's going, come on.
Earlier today, 3 inmates escaped from Waycross County Penitentiary. The inmates overpowered the guards, escaped in a large white van, and are presumed.
I'm excited about this, mostly because it's for narrative storytelling, and like I said before, it's all their narrative. We had a bunch of 7th through 12th graders on summer break, and they came up with a narrative that tied together. There were no English teachers influencing them at all, and I think that if their teachers knew they were doing that on the summer, they'd be really proud, but we won't tell them. I'm really excited, but also you got to see another clip, so apparently now you're getting this much closer to finding out if they escaped. So thank you so much.
In the category of narrative storytelling non-pro, the nominees are Applebee's, Nevin Wilmhoff, producer. One of Two, William Oz, producer. And one of those two will be our next blue chip winner, and it is One of Two, William Oz, producer.
I want you to have somebody. If I don't.
Don't. Fine. One date.
That's all I ask.
Until this point, I'd always felt like she couldn't really die. Not someone like her. Surely she would come up with a grand scheme to save herself, stand up to God, force his hand. She's just not the dying type. Yet, here she was. For all her whimsy and charm, a victim to time.
I would like to thank my mom and dad first and foremost. And I would also like to thank you guys for putting on this event. I don't often win things, so I'm at a little loss for words, but I would also like to thank every NKU professor, specifically the ones in the EMB program. You guys and your compassion and your care for your students are the reason for the next generation of students. And I would also just like to give a little shout out to just everyone here in the media community. Recent graduate, please give me a job. Thank you.
That's not a bad point at all. It really is cool to see so many of you working so hard to put the videos together. It's really cool that we can have the awards night to give a little back. Speaking of that, in the category of narrative storytelling pro, the nominees are The Rise of Elsie Matthews, J.W. Cox, producer. A Balanced Breakfast by J.W. Cox, producer. And go ahead, place your bets to see which producer is going to win this blue chip. If you were paying attention, it's for The Rise of Elsie Matthews, J.W. Cox, producer.
I skipped lunch today.
Still empty calories.
I worked hard. I can treat myself.
It's not treating yourself when you eat it every night.
Smoking's bad for you too. Gives you stinky breath and bad skin.
You forgot lung cancer.
That too.
Difference is, Elsie, I'm not the one that needs to look my best. You're the ticket here.
I was waiting with bated breath. I didn't know if I was going to win that one. I want to thank the Blue Chip Awards.
It beats the Mount Adams incline, doesn't it?
That's true, yeah. That's a much easier step than Mount Adams. Thank you to the Blue Chips for hosting narrative as a category in the Community Media Awards. We're very much a part of your community and glad to be. My name might be on this thing, but honestly, this goes to my entire cast and crew. My DP Matt, my sound person Carrie, my gaffer August. Crew makes the movies. It's a team sport, so thank you.
All right, we move into our final grouping of awards, which make up the backbone of the content created by community media. We honor the nominees in the categories of musical performance, performing arts, sports non-event, sports events, live studio and live remote programming, as well as audio presentation and audio podcasts. In the category of musical performance pro, nominees are City Nights, Ruka, City Nights staff producers, Crestview Hills Summer Concert Series, Epic Eagles, TBNK staff producers, Penny Gilly at Keeping It Country Farm, Waycross Community Media producer. And the Blue Chip goes to Penny Gilly at Keeping It Country Farm, producer, Waycross Community Media.
Cause you ain't woman enough to take my man. Women like you, they're a dime a dozen, you can buy on anyway. For you to get to him, I have to move over and I'm gonna stand right here. It'll be over my dead body, so get out while you can.
This is really exciting. This particular production is not one that I was part of. Our production coordinator, Tony Suarez, was part of that. So I'm going to make sure that I don't leave out any names that Tony sent me with, because you know what? He's doing another live shoot right now, just like all of our stations are doing, right? We want to thank the longtime volunteers, Lamar Rolak, Tom Bruckman, for their work on this program. We want to thank Nick Poppy for helping to run 2 cameras and helping with the setup. We want to thank Stacy Deuce for his hard work on sound mix, specifically for the recording, which is a separate mix from the house. You know, that's always fun. And we also want to mention Donna and Richard Lynch at Keeping It Country Farm in Waynesville for their fantastic hospitality and for welcoming our crew members. We do the shoot there frequently, and it's always fun. They're always really hospitable for us, so thank you so much.
The nominees in the category of audio presentation non-pro, the nominees are Hito Hero Podcast, Episode 1, Kirk Konecki, producer. Now That's Good Chemistry, Suvan Savage, producer. And the Blue Chip in audio presentation non-pro goes to Now That's Good Chemistry, producer Susan Savage.
The human body contains at least 60 different chemicals, ranging from simple elements like carbon, calcium, and iron, to other chemicals which are very complex structures like amino acids. So the next time you hear the word chemical, don't assume the worst. What sounds like a substance manufactured in an industrial lab may in fact be a natural building block inside of you.
Thank you. I want to thank the Blue Chip Selection Committee. This is totally awesome. There are two men standing next to me because none of this would happen without them. Denny Dobbs is our technology. He was so supportive. I'm a high school chemistry teacher. I don't know what I'm doing in a media awards, but here I am. And then standing right next to me is Mr. Tom Allard, an English teacher at Indian Hill, who has done an outstanding job with our scripts and our episodes. And I would encourage you, go on Spotify and learn a little chemistry. You'll be surprised. They're only about 7 minutes long. So thank you so much. And Tom, I need you to say a few words.
We'd just like to thank the Blue Chip Committee for this nice recognition. And our partners at TARA, Toxicology Excellence Assessment Group, and Dr. Mike Dorson. I'd also just like to mention, I'd be remiss, this whole project got started thanks to Russell Savage, who suggested that the Indian Hill School District team up with TARA. So I definitely want to mention him as well. Thank you very much.
In the category of Podcast Youth, the Blue Chip goes to Hump Day, Episode 5. It's the principle of the matter. Producers Seth Webb, Ross Reed, and Max Laus.
Since all three of you have been coaches before, how has the coaching experience helped you as a principal?
I think somebody needs to take this before me, but my coaching experience was minimal. You guys were coaches for a lot longer.
I think one of the biggest things is kind of our roles, like the dedication and just the time commitment, because you guys played sports and different things. You're kind of always at Campbell County High School. It's no different as assistant principal. You're kind of always at Campbell County High School. Like that's just a commitment to kids and this place and this.
I'm accepting this on behalf of my fellow classmates, Max and Seth, who couldn't make it. I want to thank my teacher, Coach Swords, over there for teaching me everything that he knows to help me produce this podcast. And I also want to shout out our principal at Campbell County High School, Miss Phelps, sitting back there in the corner. Just...
In the category of Performing Arts Non-Pro, the nominees are Miranda Garland Doty, Live, Pam Mullins, producer, and Miami Dance Theater 2022, ICRC-TV, volunteers, producers. And the Blue Chip goes to, give me just 1 second, because I need to make sure I match everything with what I'm saying along the way. And I wouldn't want to read a Blue Chip where you haven't even heard the nominees yet. I do want to read to you the Blue Chip winner for the Performing Arts Non-Pro. That's the Miami Dance Theater 2022 producers, ICRC-TV volunteers.
I guess I should start by thanking the Blue Chip Committee and Tim Newman in particular, mostly because we haven't heard his name yet. Also like to thank Dean Lowry and Michael Asher. Michael's working in the truck right now, and Dean did another production day. They're the 2 production techs at ICRC. And then Eric Johan, who's been involved with the local access world since like 1912, and helps out on this production every year religiously almost. Other than that, I'd like to thank Dana for stopping me from walking up here. Oh, and Daniel Chen, who taught me nothing. Have a good one.
We want to make sure we get everybody a blue chip who deserves one, and I skipped over a podcast. Non-pro was the category, and the blue chip goes to the human resource. They'll get workers. What do we do? Producer is Pandy Pridenmore.
Well, if you've never listened to the show before, you picked a good one. Because I'm on a bit of a rant right now. You're listening to the Human Resource. My name is Pandy Pridenmore, and I'm a consultant here in the Cincinnati market. You're watching this from ICRC-TV station. And, okay, guys, if you've been watching these shows over...
You have to understand that I consider this a huge honor. I have been looking at these on the wall of ICRC-TV since 2017 when they allowed me in the studio for the first time. And when he said we were going to switch the show to a podcast, I was very skeptical, but we both had a very strong agreement that we were going to try to provide a show that would provide solutions to small businesses and not be afraid of any topic. And Jason Dudley, a production manager at ICRC, has allowed me to do that. And that's what got us here. Thank you.
In the category of Performing Arts Pro, the nominees are Walk With Me, Jesus, Delbert Stewart and Gary K. Stewart, producers. Live from Cincinnati, Tasteful. That's Dean Lowry, Josh Simpson, and ICRC-TV, producers. And Crestview Hills, Summer Concert Series, Southern Accents, TBNK staff, the producers. And the blue chip goes to Walk With Me, Jesus, producers, Delbert Stewart and Gary K. Stewart.
Would you walk with me, Jesus? Can I talk with you right now? Would you walk with me, Jesus? Help me to figure out my life. I did my best and still got knocked down. With you in my life, I stand on solid ground. If you leave me.
We'd like to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, our family, and the Blue Chip Committee. Thank you.
In the category of Sports Non-Event Youth, the nominees are Game Day Program 2, 12-16 to 22, Nick Gannon, Dylan Minoka, and Henry Cohn, producers. Braves Madness recap, video 11-11-22. Daniel Chen, Reese Tuttle, and Chloe Hutton, producers. And the blue chip goes to Game Day Program 2, 12-16-22. Producers Nick Ginnon, Dylan Minoka, and Henry Cohn.
But the Braves are not going to forget this loss. I tell you that, guys. And they're going to come back stronger than ever.
Yeah, offensively for the Braves, it was Zach Jones. He had 4 3-pointers and a 16-point performance. A hot start for Zach Jones. Offensively for the other Braves, it was an off night after getting off to a hot offensive start for the first 3 games. They'd really been dominant in those first 3 games, but this Madeira game seemed like an off night.
Yeah, an off night is exactly what it was. John Potagill didn't have the best game from the field, but was able to create.
Straighten me out.
I just want to thank the Blue Chip community, and my partners weren't able to be here tonight, but this is pretty cool because it was our first year doing this, and it was just an idea between a few friends, so this was pretty cool to win a Blue Chip the first year, so thank you.
In the category of sports event non-pro, the nominees are Coach's Corner with Ricardo Hill, 12-22-22, Ricardo Hill, producer. Coach's Corner with Ricardo Hill, 12-4-22, and Ricardo was the producer. Place your bets. Who's going to win this one? The blue chip goes to Coach's Corner with Ricardo Hill of 12-4-22, Ricardo Hill, producer.
All right, welcome Braves fan. This is Ricardo Hill, the head boys basketball coach, and we just wanted to give you guys a update of what we've been doing since this is our first year here. We've been with our guys for a little over a month now, and just been thrilled with the progress that we're making. So come.
Thank you, and thank you for the walnut shout out. Appreciate that. Thank you. I want to thank the Blue Chip Committee. This has been a great event, a fabulous night. My Indian Hill family, including my team, my players, my coaches, our superintendent, Mr. Konecki, Dr. Stewart, my guy here, Julius King, he really helped produce this show. He introduced me to the legend. If you can stand up, Mr. Dupp, so everyone can recognize you. We call him the OG, but he's truly the GOAT. When Julius introduced me to him, and Mr. Dubs told me what he envisioned the Coach's Corner to be, and it just blossomed from there. So anyway, we thank you, we love you, we're blessed. Thank you very much.
In the category of sports non-event pro, the nominees are Campbell Media Sports 2022 Football Preview, Campbell Media producer, and Riverfront Remembered, Cam Miller, producer. The blue chip goes to Riverfront Remembered, Cam Miller, producer.
Good evening, and welcome to Riverfront Stadium.
Thank you very much. I want to, first of all, thank the Blue Chip Committee for what they do here. My father passed away when I was making this film last year, and he was the one that took me to Riverfront the first time, and we got to show this on his birthday at the Reds Hall of Fame Museum, which I worked for the last 20 years. And it was just incredible to be able to see the support and the love that I had. And my mom is right now in Michigan watching this, so I'm just thankful that I was able to share this with her and to everybody, because remember, history is important. We have to know where we've been before we can know where we're going. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Go Reds.
I can tell I've got a lot of things to watch when I get home, especially about the riverfront. How about this one? Walks will haunt. Was a big thing that they put up on the scoreboard. I guess I'm too old. All right then, we'll just move on to our next, which is tonight's nominees for Sports Event Youth are CCHS 21, GRC 20 in overtime, Ross Reed, producer. IHTN Boys Varsity Football, Indian Hill versus Madera, 9:30-22, Alex Wazakis, producer. And Boys Varsity Football, Indian Hill versus Deer Park, 10-14-22, Alex Wazakis and Gino Carducci, producer. And the blue chip goes to IHTN Boys Varsity Football, Indian Hill versus Madeira, 9:30-22, producer Alex Rosakis.
Maybe they look at this as 4-down territory. Oh, how about that?
Well, Dan O'Brien, beautiful fake, and boy, Alex Grace did a wonderful job. He had everybody in the whole stadium fooled, and throws it back. That's some arm strength, too, going the wrong way.
Let's take a look here. Well, it looks like we're going to...
I would like to thank all of the crew for IHTN, everyone who helps makes the sports games go as great as they can. Reese's pointing at herself, but I don't know if she's done that much. And yeah, thank you.
In the category of Sports Event Non-Pro, the nominees are IHTN Boys Varsity Basketball, Indian Hill versus Finneytown, 2-2-22. That's Alex Wazakis, producer. IHTN Girls Varsity Field Hockey, Indian Hill and Summit Country Day, 10-3-22. Alex Wazakis and Gino Cardosi, producers. And finally, IHTN Boys Varsity Lacrosse, Indian Hill versus Moeller, 5-11-22. Alex Wazakis and Gino Cardosi, producers. And the one that gets you the blue chip is IHTN Boys Varsity Basketball with Indian Hill versus Finneytown, 2-22, producer Alex Wazakis.
And C.J. Hayden drives and gets rewarded with a foul, and who will be on Diop, and that'll be his third, I believe.
So Hayden with a great flash to the elbow, catches the ball, faces the basket, sees what's available, and he's really good right now. I'd say as good as any part of his game offensively is putting it on the floor and attacking. Nice job there.
Makes the first. He really has a nice.
I would like to thank, geez, hold on, I'm out of people. I would like to thank Gino Cardosi for just being here and helping me throughout all of IHTN. He doesn't think he should be up on the stage right now, but he definitely deserves it, definitely way more than me. And I would like to thank Mr. Dops and Coach King for helping me get involved in sports media and for making this possible. Thank you.
That's a lie. Alex taught me everything I know.
In the category of Sports Event Pro, the nominees are TBNK Sports, Corbin versus Simon Kenton Football by the TBNK staff as producers, and CCHS versus Simon Kenton Football game 10-13-22, Campbell Media producers. TBNK Sports 2022 Ohio-Kentucky Boys High School All-Star Basketball, TBNK staff producers. And finally, TBNK Sports 2022 Ohio-Kentucky Girls High School All-Star Basketball from the TBNK staff. And the blue chip goes for the pros to TBNK Sports, Corbin versus Simon Kenton Football, TBNK staff producers.
All right, so with confidence, the boys in blue, the Pioneers, come up on 4th and goal. They need the touchdown, put some points up here. Crone gets the snap from shotgun to Lawson, left side. I believe he got in, and that's a touchdown. It was a well-earned touchdown.
It was. Because I don't know that he had it really until he fell backwards. We're a little bit away from that end of the field, but he got hit right at the line of scrimmage.
I'm working the show, so I'll keep this short and sweet. We've been trying to win this category for 23 years. Thank you.
In the category of live studio programming youth, the blue chip goes to Grant Slick Elementary News for 12-15-22 by the producers of the Grant Slick News Crew.
Good morning, GLA Cardinals. I'm Annabelle. And I'm Taylor. Today is Thursday, December 15th. It's a great day to be awesome to each other. Today is a white day for specials. Now it's time to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and say the pledge.
Welcome back.
We thank Ms. Reynolds and Ms. Teipel. We also thank our other news crew members.
We are so glad that we got the time to film with each other.
Some of us are leaving this year, and this year was definitely the best.
This year is the best. We even made a mascot named after our club teachers, Reynolds Teipel. I want to thank my principal, Ms. Hamilton, for providing us with news crew. We'd like to thank our fellow crew members and Ms. Teipel and Ms. Reynolds. Hi, everybody! And we'd also like to thank Daniel Chen for making this night possible.
It's so nice to see it moving on to the next generation. Oh my. In the category of Live Studio Programming Pro, the nominees are City Nights, Jesse Kelly Adams, City Nights staff producers. Talking with Santa, Waycross Community Media producers. Live from Cincinnati, Tasteful, Dean Lowry, Josh Semtrot, ICRC-TV producers. And the blue chip goes to Live from Cincinnati, Tasteful producers. Nick and Lowry, Josh Semtrot, and ICRC-TV. It's Dean Lowry, Josh Semtrot, and ICRC.
Or nothing at all, nothing at all. Sam Smith on guitar.
So this project is really cool. It was the brainchild of Dean and Josh, and it's continued into this year. So the idea here is that it's a local band playing local music, so not covers, things like that, but music that the local band actually produces. I encourage everybody to check it out. If anybody has a band that might be interested, you can reach out to Dean. His email is dean@icrctv.com. Always looking for new local bands with their own music. And thank you to everybody who helps make this possible. We have a large crew that comes together in our studio to make these happen live on TV and online. Thank you all.
In the category of Live Remote Programming Youth, the nominees are Talawanda High School Veterans Day Assembly, John Copeland, Edward Shiflett, and Dean Craddock, producers. Grants Lick Elementary News for 5/2022, Grants Lick Elementary News crew. And the IHTN Boys Varsity Basketball, Indian Hill versus Taylor, 12/6/22, Alex Rozekas, producer. And IHTN Girls Varsity Lacrosse, Indian Hill versus Marymount on 4/19/22. Alex Rozekas, producer. And the winner of the blue chip goes to IHTN Girls Varsity Lacrosse, Indian Hill versus Marymount, 4/19/22. Alex Rozekas, producer.
Lindbergh looks to cycle back up to Eckert.
We're going down to have a visit with the net.
Eckert still with the ball, looking for anybody. She cuts, she shoots, she scores.
I mean, was that a left hand? I mean, I need to drop the mic right now. Emily Eckert fakes right, goes left hand, and punches it in. That's a junior going to Butler right there that says, you know, I got some skill.
Yeah, Emily Eckert showing her.
And this time I'm really out of people. I don't know who to thank. I guess my dog at home, Jasmine, she's there, so thank her for existing, I guess. They wanted to say something. I don't know what. They can take the mic.
I wanted to talk about how the game that he filmed and just got an award for is the game that I dislocated my knee in last year, so I therefore take credit for this game. Thank you, Alex.
I just wanted to be here, so that's it.
In the category of Live Remote Programming Pro, the nominees are CCHS and versus Simon Kenton football game 10/13/22. That's Campbell Media producer. OHSAA football 2022, Coleraine versus Princeton. Michael Asher and Dean Lowry, producers, along with ICRC-TV. CCHS Girls Basketball, Senior Night and Game versus Pendleton County, Campbell Media, producer. And the blue chip goes to OHSAA Football 2022, Coleraine versus Princeton. Michael Asher, Dean Lowry, and ICRC-TV, producers.
Back to pass, has time, has a receiver
Oh, get that
wide
thing.
open down
Get
the
it.
right side.
He's
2010.
gone. He's
Going to
gone.
stumble into the end zone.
Oh,
West connects
beautiful.
with Riley Woods.
Beautiful. Riley Woods, man. Broke that tackle there. He was about to go down, but he's like, forget this. I'm going to the end zone whether you like it or not. That was great. He had, and R.J. West, he had plenty of...
I would just like to say that Steve, directing in the truck, did say he was expecting a 1 hour and 58-minute runtime, and we are at 2 hours and 7 minutes. So I'll make this short. Thank you all. Thank you to Michael. Michael's the newest member of our team, and we're very excited to have him, and excited to have many more awards on the wall with his name.
In the category of virtual event non-pro, the blue chip goes to Metcalf Stevens House Virtual History Tour, producer Sierra Earl and Deborah Wesley.
In 1887, Dr. Metcalf purchased Lot 16 from W.A. and Mary L. Yantis for $300, according to Deed Book 46, page 578. Mr. and Mrs. Yantis had bought the land from Mrs. Harriet Kane Cleet. Dr. Metcalf married Annabelle McFarland Stevens in 1889, and they had two daughters, Nell Catherine Metcalf Morgan and Helen
This was really unexpected, and we're really happy to be here and to accept this award. We want to thank the Kent County Public Library for supporting local history and genealogy. We were talking before this that we make these videos because we love history and we love sharing our community stories and getting to know our patrons and their families and their houses. And it's a privilege every day to go to work and love what you're doing. So this is wonderful. Thank you. And
thank you to the Blue Chip Committee and to the Kent County Library, and thanks to my supervisor for hiring a biology toxicology person to work in local history and genealogy. I started working there in part because I have deep roots here and didn't know my mom's history and found out we're half Greek. We didn't know where the Chile people come from. So we learn new things all the time, and it is, like Sierra said, a privilege to work and help patrons learn their own family histories and learn more about local history and share it with the community. So thank you so much.
Since we are running a little long, I want to keep right on rolling to our final awards for this evening. And we can't forget our giveaway. Our award nominees in the category of Power of Access this evening are Workforce Development at the Library, Natalie Rupert and Robin Klein, producers, and Campbell Media, Drone Cam, Campbell Media, producers. The blue chip goes to Workforce Development at the Library, producer Natalie Rupert and Robin Klein.
our mission is to encourage lifelong learning. So we started teaching people with barriers to entry to the workforce all the digital literacy type skills that they needed. And that has evolved. We've continued to help all those people.
The Career and Job Services Program, to me, is a way for the library to use our sources and our services to connect people who are looking to transition from one job to another or who are looking for their first job. So it's really a way for the library to do what we've always done.
Thank you very much, Chuck. Thanks everybody to being here. What a wonderful evening. A big shout out and thank you to Robin Claney, co-winner of this award, our public relations director, and also Dave Schroeder, our executive director, who made our workforce development and career and job services division possible. We really love guiding people in their careers, whatever age you are, whether you're getting out of high school, getting out of college, changing careers mid-level, thinking about what to do in retirement. We do it all. Love to help everyone from all walks of life. Thank you. Thanks.
Congratulations. In the category of Most Memorable Moment, Access Moment, the nominees are Campbell Media Drone Cam, Campbell Media Producer, CHHS Class Tournament, Seniors versus the Sophomores, Campbell Media Producer. Lacrosse 22, Milford versus Marymount, Dean Lowry, Warriors Broadcast Network, ICRC-TV Producers. And the blue chip goes to Campbell Media Drone Cam, producer of Campbell Media.
Looking for ways to bring our production level up a notch, and we thought it would be fun to incorporate a drone into a football game. And so we did that, and it gave a really unique perspective, as you could see, of the band. And our viewers really liked it. We got a lot of great feedback, and before the night was over, we saw a lot of screenshots of that video posted throughout social media, so it was really fun. Appreciate the blue chip. Thanks.
Finally, there's one special award that we give out every few years to someone incredibly deserving in our community. At this time, I would like to call to the stage executive producers, Jennifer Typel and Tim Newman.
So my first memory of this year's recipient was, ironically enough, at a Blue Chip Awards. It was 1999, and he was in charge of the set that year, and he will never live down the infamous lamppost. If you know, you know. Since that time, he has become a dear friend, an awesome collaborator, and an integral part of the Blue Chip Awards each year. Jason Dudas began his work in Access at the Athens Government Access Channel, and about 25 years ago began working at TB&K, where he is the program director. Jason spends countless hours serving Kenton County, whether through sports, elections, government, or just helping the public. Jason is retiring from TB&K in the fall, and we want to recognize his many years in dedication to public access television. Please put your hands together as we recognize this year's Overall Achievement in Access Award winner, Jason Dudas.
had no idea this was coming. It's very sweet. I've been very lucky to have a dream job for the last 25 years. And I've worked with some great people here at the Blue Chips and also at TBNK, some fantastic folks over the years. Access is a place to do great things, creative, powerful things, and bring the spotlight on local stuff. So while I'm stepping away from TBNK, I'll still be doing stuff, and it's somebody else's turn to play in this fantastic sandbox. So thank you.
Well, that's all the awards, but we still have one final decision to make before the show is over. We need to determine who's walking home with the light kit that will be incredibly helpful in creating the content for your next video. So, I have to do it, do I? Okay, so at least I'll have one fan coming out of here tonight. That's for sure. If you've got red ticket 690-2982. 690-2982. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Because if so, I have a light kit ready to give you. Take a close look at those tickets. 690-2982. Oh, we are looking for the magic ticket. It's not a golden ticket like we have in Willy Wonka. It's just the red ticket that you were given when you came in here tonight. 690-2982. One thing I don't know about this prize is must be present to win. Okay, yes is the answer. You must be present to win. So I will say 690-2982 going once, going twice. Let's try again for another winner. This time, we'll go with 690. We'll go with 690-2983. What are the odds? There we go. Congratulations. You good? We're all right. Excellent. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the end of our awards for tonight. Many congratulations to all the nominees and winners, as well as the Redmoor Theater for hosting us. And I want to say, get well, Mark. Also, thank you to the entire crew for filming tonight's event, which will air on your local channels in the future. A very special thank you to Jessica Bloom for handing out awards this evening, too, for helping me out. And finally, thank you to our sponsors, Alta Fiber, RP Diamond Screen Printing and Embroidery, and CKS Audio Visual Design and Consulting Services. On behalf of the Blue Chip Committee and all our nominees and winners, thank you very much for being here at the Redmoor tonight, and thank you also for those of you watching at home, and have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Man, I really hope Jason's gonna like this gift.
Hey, I can give him the rest of these chips as an add-on.
Genius, Chuck! Let's go!
Hey, guys. I was headed to the airport for my flight to Athens, Ohio. But then I got the text that she wanted me to come meet you here. What's up?
Hey, Jason. Yeah, we did.
Also, weren't you just like at the Redmoor like 3 minutes ago? Crazy, isn't it?
Anyway, Jason, we just wanted to get you something really nice before you left. Now, it's not here yet, but Bezos just texted me saying it should be here shortly. You're gonna love it. It's a Roleno softbox light kit designed for photography or videography. There's a reflector kit in it. We're talking 50 watts, 5,500 Kelvin LED bulbs. I think you're gonna love it. It was just, I don't know, a way for us to say thank you for everything you've done for the community, for the entirety of Northern Kentucky, except for Boone County. The Whippy Dip that you always like to take me to in West Harrison. We've had a lot of good memories there. I don't think I've ever shared a cone with somebody quite that way before. The bowling alley and everything you did with those children, they loved it, especially the routine with the tutu and the small monkey. It was great. It was a lot of fun. Chuck, you got anyone for me? Oh yeah, and the Blue Chip Awards. Thanks, Jason. We're gonna miss you.
You guys, that's really sweet. I really appreciate it. But you should really give it to somebody maybe in the audience who can use it. Because where I'm going, I won't need it.
You don't need lights in Athens?
See, I'm afraid I've not been entirely truthful. I'm not going to Athens. I am retiring, but I'm actually going to my home world where they need me to help solve a crisis. The mothership will be here any minute. In fact, there it is. Gentlemen, it's been great. Thank you so much. Until we meet again, blorp, nano, pop. Oh, wait.
Chuck, you saw that, right?
Yeah.
You want to go back to the Redmoor and see if we can get some more of those chicken skewers?
Yeah, I do, Chuck. Let's make it 2.